Good morning, everybody. Broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And we're going live this morning, February the 25th, here in comfy, cozy, warm Mazatlan. Unlike Love to Travel, where it's 9 degrees, or Dr. John in Happy, New Jersey, where it's 25 wonderful, lovely degrees. And we're happy to see all of these wonderful people in the house. We got Kim J in the house. Ooh, Ola Kim and that girl, my neighbor, she's right down the street in the house. We got Dr. John and Love to Travel in the house. Thank you guys so much. Dr. John, the amazing Dr. John that keeps us all on track as we go through these Saturday mornings. We have a lot to cover today. Katrina the Maker in the house, and VS. Hola to you too. We have a lot to cover again today. A lot is going on down here in Mazatlan. I had people contact me, and they come down and they say, "Hey, we got Brian Maiden, Pretty Boy, in the house. 34 with wind chill. Ha ha!" I'm telling you guys, it's just like Tom Petty said in his song, and I would play the song, but that's copyrighted. But he said you don't have to live like a refugee, so that's okay. We got Miriam in the house, and even Jack Webb. Where are you at this morning? This morning over coffee, I told my wife to guess what day it was. She said, that's funny, your bromance day with Bill. Right on, Jack Webb. Thanks all of you guys for showing up. We do have a lot of content this morning, and we have Mr. Mustache William Stoneman in the house. How do you keep that thing groomed? Denise Slade, my cousin, is in the house, and I want to thank her for contributing to the channel through PayPal. She had a real ordeal trying to get that done, and I need to email you and just say thank you. David DeLay from Tampa Bay, and it rhymes. But we have a lot going on today. I'm going to show you some video clips. I'm going to show you my final video clips of my trip to Durango. I showed you the roads to Durango. I showed you where I stayed in Durango, but we're going to go into some museums, take a cable car ride. Durango is a fabulous place. We have some history about Durango, and we do have another historic spot of a very famous, a very famous Mexican that you should all know about, that ties into the city of Durango, kind of in a gruesome kind of a way. But anyway, people contact me all the time, and they say, "Bill, we're in Mazatlan. Can we get together and see you? Can we go to breakfast or lunch or dinner? Can we have cervezas or whatever?" And so this wonderful couple, Stacy and Terry, they're from Arkansas, and their van is all loaded up. They're traveling throughout Mexico, and we had breakfast on the beach. If you ever come down and you want to get together, we'll go to breakfast on the beach. And they brought me a wonderful gift. They brought me this. It's a lifetime supply of Miracle Whip. This jar of Miracle Whip here in Mexico would cost you about $50. I bet it only costs about $4.50. But Stacy and Terry, thank you so much for contributing to my Miracle Whip addiction. Right on. Okay. Now, so let's get busy. Let's get with the program today. And we may as well just kick this off with some history. Let's see what I don't want to miss anybody. Don't want to miss anybody. Louise Gamble. Oh, from Lakeside. See you soon. Let me know when you get here, girl. Hey, we got Claude Darby in the house from Houston. Oh, and Kim J. That's right. That's right. Our family never used mayonnaise. I didn't know what mayonnaise was. We put Miracle Whip on everything. That's why they call it Miracle Whip. It's truly a miracle. It makes everything taste wonderful. But let's get right down to some history here. The jar of Miracle Whip would last 3 weeks in this kitchen, right on, Mr. Mustache. Last week I showed you let's go in here in Durango. I did share with you pictures of the cathedral. This is the cathedral in Durango. I'm putting up this video tomorrow morning. But this cathedral is vast, and it looks like it's the same type of construction of the cathedral in Guadalajara. But it's huge, and they have cathedrals like this throughout downtown Durango. And I showed you this video clip last week, and you can see that thing in the middle. It's called a kiosk. That was a donation from the French, and you can see the cathedral in the background. They put up that cathedral. Its first version went up like in the late 1500s, and it took them like 200 or 300 years to get it to the phase that it's in right now. But something that I didn't share with you for my historical moment. Let's get to my history segment. And and my history is about this guy. You got to know about this guy, Miguel Hidalgo. Hidalgo. I'll have to get his name right, because I know when I shot the video, I messed his name up like 8 or 9 times. But you would call him like some people would say that he was the major influence of the War of Independence. And you can see when he was born, when he died, he was quite a young man, and you can see his full name down there at the very bottom of the image. I'm going to try to say it in full. Don Miguel Gregorio Antonio Ignacio Hidalgo y Costilla y Gallaga Mandarte Vicenor. Okay, there you go. That's his full name. But you will find his name all over Mexico. Oh, come on now. I got to get this. I got a special clip here. Where are you? Oh, where are you? Did I not include that clip? Oh, I guess I did not load that clip. But I have a clip of here it is right here. Here is a statue of, I'm gonna call him Miguel, at a beautiful structure in Tlaquepaque. And I believe the combination of these bronze works, or whatever they are, iron, is called La Grita, which is the scream for independence. And you will find statues about him throughout Mexico. And on further review, I found out that there are more than 14,000 streets named after Miguel throughout Mexico. So, well, Bill, why are we talking about Miguel now? Well, you're going to see street names and statues throughout Mexico about him. But let me go back to this clip right here. So what happens was, now this is the plaza in Durango. We're at the plaza in Durango, and here's what happened. The Spanish didn't like what Miguel was doing. So what they did was they took him to the plaza, and the Spanish used these plazas for celebrations, for processions, for military things that were going on. But the plazas throughout Mexico for the Spanish were also used for executions. So what they did is they took Miguel down to the plaza and they killed him by firing squad. Bam, 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 bam. He's dead, right? And then they cut off his head. Yes, they cut off his head and they put his head on a stick and left his head in the middle of the plaza so that all the people could see what happens if you turn against the Spanish. The plan went bad, and the Mexico people in the War of Independence threw the Spanish out. So it was kind of a happy ending. Okay. Padre de Reforma. Okay. I'm seeing stuff pop up here. Padre de la Patria. Thank you, Dr. John. Dr. John always comes through. We got MZ Lowe in the house from Georgia. John Doherty in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Lourdes from Chapala. Good morning. In Mexico, when you raise a glass and toast Hidalgo, it is a prompt to down it in one chug. What a story. But in my further investigation, I'm just looking around, stuff about Durango, and Durango is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I have a video coming out on the history of Durango. They have a lot of mining there. It's a very intellectual town. But in my research, when the Spanish arrived, right around the year 1512, the population of what is now Mexico is said to be somewhere between 8 million people and 28 million people. Yeah, that's like a 20 million spread there, but that's the best they can do, is estimating how many people were in the land now called Mexico. 8 million to 28 million people. And the real kicker on that information is that once the Spanish showed up, the population went down. Yes, the population went down. I'm going to say it again. The population went down 90%. They lost 20 million people. 20 million indigenous people bit the dust. 20 million, 90% of the population. And that was due to, a lot of it was due to disease, overworking in the mines, executions, and stuff like that. Just a little bit of Mexican history to start off our show today. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? I got a lot of clips. A little update here. Had dinner with the people from Rob and Sherry's Reina Del Mar bed and breakfast this week. Rob and Sherry had a parting of the ways, and it's all friendly as far as Rob says it. And so now it's no longer Rob and Sherry's bed and breakfast. Now it's just Rob's bed and breakfast. But all the people were there. They were very happy. We had dinner at a lovely spot in El Centro in Mazatlan. Another wonderful piece of information this morning is Anya. Anya got her permanent residency. And you guys, Anya has been here. She's doing a garage sale right now. But she sent me a picture. I think it was like Thursday of her standing there with the stamp. I believe it was a stamp on her passport. All she has to do now is sell off the rest of her stuff, fly down here to Mazatlan, go to immigration, and then she will be a permanent resident. Also, someone that has been here for the last couple of weeks. Her name is Kelsey. Right now, she's in Guadalajara. She's been bopping around Mexico, seeing where she wants to live. She signed up for a 2-year apartment here in Mazatlan. And she's just having a good time. All is good for the people that show up and see what's happening in the land of Mexico. So let's get back to some other information. Okay, and for those of you that don't know where Durango is, there's the blue line right there on the left side of the map. The blue line is Mazatlan. You drive inland. Unless you have your own helicopter or airplane, and they do have an airport in Durango, but there it is. And I stayed at this place, the Hotel Roma. I wouldn't suggest that you stay there. The place was built in 1904. It was a fabulous place when they built it. But I mean, if you go inside, it's like a church. It's like a huge cathedral kind of sort of inside. But apparently, and it was very inexpensive, but it doesn't look like they've done any work on it in quite a long time. I'm going to say that the room that I had was tacky. And it was like there was no internet in the room. It was very clean. The people were very friendly. I was a half a block from the plaza, but there are many nice hotels around El Centro. I could live in Durango. It's a great, great place. But when I started talking about Durango and visiting there weeks ago, that girl shouted out. That girl said, "Well, Bill, there were many movies that were filmed in Durango." And she was right. The Magnificent Seven was shot in Durango, Mexico, a fistful of dollars. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The Wild Bunch. The Mask of Zorro. All of those were shot in and around Durango, Mexico. So Durango is a real sleeper town. Most people don't know about it. I only saw like 4 or 5 expats, and I was there for 3 nights. I only saw 4 or 5 expats in like 5 days in Durango. And very surprisingly, people that stayed in the Hotel Roma, they've had some very what do you call this? They've had some very famous people stay at La Roma Hotel. Let's get rid of that. Let's go over here. And, well, Bill, who were the famous people that stayed at Hotel Roma? Okay, well, let's get with the answer. Famous people that stayed in the hotel where I slept. I slept in this hotel. Famous people like Elizabeth Taylor, when she shot giant in 1955. James Dean was in the movie with her. John Wayne stayed in the hotel that I was sleeping in. I bet he had good internet. And then, of course, Pancho Villa, one of the fathers of the Revolutionary War, stayed at Hotel Roma also. So Durango has a lot of history. I could live there. Fabulous place. I could definitely live there. The thing is, it was very chilly. It was 31 degrees. That's almost Dr. John, New Jersey cold. 31 degrees at night. I had to sleep in 3 hoodies and 3 pairs of sweatpants with no internet, but it was clean and they didn't have hot water. But there were many other places to stay right down the street. Let's see what's happening over here in comment land. And LJ, Ola LJ, thanks for showing up. And hey, LJ's trying to help me out. Click that like button. When you click the like button, that helps me in the YouTube algorithm and I get more visits. Maybe I'll get some more cash with more visits. Okay. Now, we got Brenda Douglas BJ in the house. This is what I did not say. BJ saying, well, I kind of, I'm kind of leaning towards Mazatlan. I tell you guys, after taking Rob and Sherry's tour from Ajijic to Mazatlan, I just fell in love with Mazatlan. I'm having a great time here. But I don't go out that much. I'm 2 blocks from the beach. Yeah, I had breakfast on the beach. It's nice to know it's there. I don't go that much. But here's a good reason to think about maybe if I lived in Durango, my cost of living would be cut in half. 1 bedroom furnished apartment in city center for 5,500 pesos a month. That's that's almost less than $300 a month. 2 bedroom furnished city center, almost 8,000 pesos a month. That's about $400 a month. 3 bedrooms furnished in city center, 9,500 pesos a month. That's less than $500 a month. 3 bedrooms right smack dab in the center of town. So, you know, I'm 66. I ain't got no corporation like General Motors giving me a pension or nothing like. I ain't making like $100,000 a year off no pension. You know, like a lot of people gonna come down here. Ain't nobody died in my family and left me like $3 million. So if I can cut my expenses in half and live in a beautiful community, I don't know. I've got another 1.5 years left on this lease. And who knows where I will be broadcasting from. Oh, who knows where I will be broadcasting from in 1.5 years from now. Lakaya Britian. My husband and I love watching you. Oh, well, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing. And thanks for showing up and leaving such a wonderful comment this morning. And also, if you know anybody that can use this information, click the share button. Let them know about the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Also, got something going on over here. Got to close that. Also, if you're new to the channel, if this is the first time you've seen one of our live broadcasts, feel free to ask any questions. I'm just showing you where I've been, what I'm thinking about, where I'm going. I look at my notes, see what I wrote down. Okay, my list is going fine, but ask questions, say anything that you want. If you have experiences of living in Mexico, put a comment up there. But questions are very welcomed here. So let's get back to it. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we've seen the church. Okay. Now, if you there are many that they had. I had a list of about 5 museums I could. Okay. So people are leaving some comments. I will respond because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm Bill the Geek. But Fernando's asking, "Oh, you're not in Chapala anymore?" Well, no. Me and the ex broke up about a year ago. I fell in love with Mazatlan, and now I'm down here. And I have a little delay. This machine is showing me current information over there, but I got a delay going out here on the main machine that has faster internet. So I'm seeing the messages pop up over here, but I'm not seeing the messages pop up over here. So I'm having a delay, technical difficulty, but whatever. I can't hit the refresh button. I'm scared to do that. But thank you, Ms. Britiana, for your contribution to the channel. Thank you so much. But I can see what's going on. So anyway, there were many museums to visit. They had art museums, history museums. Oh my God, Stony Star God. And I can't share with you guys these donations that are coming in. Good info, Bill, making the move this awesome. Making the move this summer. I can't see that far. And I don't know why this window isn't showing me these updates, but Stony Star Gold, thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. Okay. So one thing, if you visit Durango, this is a must see for your when you get there. And this is called the Teleferico. And I'm going to turn that off. You're going to see a sign. It says Teleferico. And the receptionist at La Roma, she says, "Oh yeah, you got to go see the Teleferico." And I said, "Write that down. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Teleferico." And Teleferico, I don't know if it translates like that, but it's like it means like cable car. And in Guadalajara, they have a Periferico, which is like the outer belt. And so the Teleferico, and here you're going to see the sign at the very bottom. It says Teleferico. There you go. And this was about 4 blocks from El Centro. Took me about 7 minutes to walk down here. But look at how beautiful this little side group of sidewalks and the lovely brick. See, I could live in something like that. That would make my day. And Dr. John, thank you so much for your contribution. Dr. John, thank you so much for your weekly contributions to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. So I'm going to walk some more, and there's another sign. I've never been here before. I'm just trying to find my way. We're up on like the 3rd floor. You can see Durango, which is population of around 1 million to 1.6 million. So I'm just going to follow this guy, and I'm going to take the cable car ride. Oh, Robert Lee, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. I can't show it. I'm on delay over here, my messages aren't showing up so that I can share them with you. But here we go. Now, here we go. So I get up there, and there is the cable car. We're going to get in this cable car. These people are tourists. They're from like the border. They were Mexican nationals, but we're going to, if you look at those little tracks, we're going to go up there. Here we go. And that guy, he gives us the history of the cable car, and he points out locations. And from memory, I'm going to say that this cable car ride is about 2 kilometers. And you just go over the city, you get higher and higher. They have 2 cars, and you can see this one that is coming back at us. That's the one that we take back. Yes. And it was pretty cool. And it only cost 20 pesos. 20 pesos is about $1. 20 pesos. And they have, we're going to go up here. And I can see the view of beautiful Durango. And we go up here and we can walk around and look around and see the beautiful city. And it was 20 pesos. So I get up there, and the guy that you saw briefly, that guy right there, I'm gonna show him again. So this guy's talking about the city, and he waits for us. You saw there were only 3 of us on the cable car. So he took us over, but then this woman brings us back in a different cable car. And again, I'm communicating all in Spanish. As crappy as my Spanish may be, I can communicate. I may get words wrong, but people try to figure out what I'm talking about. And this woman, here we go. This woman in the other cable car, I don't know if I can show this very well. Yeah, there you go. She gave me this map. And at the bottom of the map, you can see all of these points of interest. It's got museums on here, cathedrals, Western shows, adventure, nature events. And she gave me this, and she underlined the places that I should visit and told me where they were. And she was very loving and friendly. It was very cool. Durango was wonderful. Yes, I could live there. Very affordable. And I'm putting up a 10-minute video on Durango tomorrow morning, and it goes through all of the wonderful facts I can share with you in 10 minutes. But let's go. Okay. Now the next place we're going to go is to the Museum of Minerals. And actually, it's called the Tunnel of Minerals, because you have to imagine that Durango is really based. It started out being based on mining. Durango to this day exports a lot of silver. They had a vast quantity of gold. I think lead is one thing that they had. So the Spaniards had people up in Durango digging like crazy. So that they just had these people working, man. That's why 90% of the people died. That's messed up. That's truly messed up. But here we go. So a real hard thing. The entrance to the mining museum was half a block from my hotel. Half a block. I'd ask like 5 people, well, how do I get to the entrance? And this little police lady that was directing traffic, she said, it's in the crystal. It's in the crystal in the middle of the plaza. And this is all in Spanish. I'm thinking, crystal? What do you mean in the crystal? What? In the crystal? What? Let me ask this guy. Maybe he knows what it's talking about. The crystal means the glass thingy in the middle of the plaza. It's not that hard to figure out. It's a crystal thing. I didn't remember seeing no crystal in the middle of the plaza, but it ends up Here you go. Okay, here we are. We're on the plaza. There's a church. You've seen the church. I'm on the edge of the plaza. There's the kiosk, and there it is. That's the crystal. And abierto means open. Okay, that means that the place is open. So all you have to do is walk down these stairs, and that's going to take you to the mineral museum. And it's actually called the tunnel. Oh, yeah, it's called the tunnel of it's called the Tunnel of Minerals Museum. And it's all underground. And let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. Now look closely here, and I'm sorry I put this video on display, but this is the first thing you're going to see when you walk into this museum. And I believe that this is a map of the state of Durango. Durango is a city, but the name of the state that it's in is the state of Durango. And on the left-hand side of this map, you can see the various minerals, and you can see that the number 2 thing on the list is oro. Oro means gold. So all of those little yellow circles are gold. At the very top is a silver circle. It says plata. That means silver. But there are the many types of minerals that they've been exporting for years. Good morning to you, Paulina. Let's see if my comments have caught up yet. I don't know. I'm not restarting my computer. So I can see comments over here on my other computer, but I can't see comments coming in on my StreamYard software. But anyway, Paulina Tomzak, good morning to all from Toronto, Canada. Woohoo! Happy to have you in the house. But let's get back to our tour here. Oh, Paulina, $2, great adventure. Thank you very much for contributing to the channel. And I'm so sorry I can't click and show what's going on. I don't know. It's a malfunction. But here we go. Here's once you get down there, this is what it's like. This museum is about 1 kilometer. That's like a half mile, a quarter mile. And it's just all information about how they dug these minerals out of the mountains. They talk about how the pulley was invented and how they took use of that, the various tools they used, even lighting. And I would never consider lighting to really be an issue. But yeah, you're in the dark. You're in the dark. You need lighting, right? But it's very interesting. But all of the signs were in Spanish. All of the signs were in Spanish. And they had one exhibit that was all about scorpions. Here I go. And thank God I knew some Spanish. And here are the various sizes of scorpions that were in the mines. Look at that one in the middle. It's huge. It's like a lobster. But they would come upon, the miners would come upon these scorpions. There would be a nest of them. They can bite you, but from the literature that I've read, rarely are they going to kill you. They're just going to make you very ill and agitated. But the mines were filled with scorpions, and Durango is known. Durango is known for its scorpions. And thank God I have 2 computer monitors because I can see people asking questions over here. But I tell you what, in Chapala, we had scorpions in the house all the time. We kept them. We would put them in a jar. We'd kill them, put them in a jar. The guy across the street had 200 scorpions in a jar in Chapala. So, yeah, scorpions are real. We got more people saying stuff. Melanie Smith. And let me say, we have 60 people in the house. Welcome, everyone. Yes, we have more content. And click that like button. Melanie Smith. We're coming, we are seeing the comments on your chat feed. Melanie, Coastal Oregon. Hola, Paulina. Is the tour available in English? Okay, Paulina, that's a great question. And yes, you can hire a fluent speaking English guide. Many places that I went to in Guadalajara would have they'd have the English version in the museum and the Spanish version. But most of the museums that I went to in Durango, everything was in Spanish. But I went, let's see, when I went to the Pancho Villa Museum. And there you go, Francisco Villa. And he was famous in the Revolutionary War. But when I walked, and look, there's some shirts and some guns for killing people in the Revolutionary War. But when I walked into this place, a guy that worked there asked me, "Do you want a guide?" Oh, and this is a painting when you're walking up the steps. It's a 2-story exhibit. Beautiful, lots of information. I believe that work is by Orozco. You may have seen us with Orozco, a famous muralist in Mexico. But to answer your question, Melanie, yes, yes, you can get people. You can get people to take you through on tour, and they will explain everything to you in perfect English. And that might cost you somewhere between $2 to $5. They're very thorough. And my Spanish was good enough. I could look at something and see, oh, that's a scorpion. Okay. My Spanish was that good. I just look around. I like to know some of the history, but I didn't want to stay there for an hour. But yes, you can get guides everywhere you go to any exhibit in Mexico. There is someone there that will take money to guide you around. And when we were in Chapala, we went to this island right off the coast of Chapala. I forget the name of it. There's a prison there. And we got a guide. We paid the guide like 200 pesos, which is $10. But she was with us for an hour and a half. She gave us what I thought was too much information. And you have to look out, and it was all in English. And you have to look out for who is your guide, because I heard her telling us something, and the guide next to us with a different group of people, he was giving his people a totally different set of facts. But wherever you go in Mexico, to a museum, on a tour, there is somebody that wants to make money that is bilingual. When I went to the pyramids outside of Guadalajara, if you watch that video, I had a guide. And he just waits around there all day for people to show up. When I was in Colima, I was with a guide all day. She was born in Montreal, lived in Puerto Vallarta for many years. And I have a video on Colima and Calama. She's bilingual, speaks English, French, and Spanish. But it was a 2-day tour all in English. It was fabulous. Let's see what else is going on down here. But okay, now this part of the mining tour kind of freaked me out, because the tour, well, I was just walking through. I get to the end. So I'm at the end and I come up these steps, and I guess that elevator, this is the exit. I guess maybe on Sundays they turn that thing on and people can go up and down into the mini mine. But this took me to a place that I had never seen. I'd been there 3 days. I had never seen this neighborhood that was only 4 blocks from where I lived, or from where I was staying at the time. But it was great. Um, uh, the cable ride was 20 pesos, and oh, here we go. Here is the ticket. Here's the ticket for the tunnel here, Tunnel de Mineral. I don't know if you can pick this up. Tunnel de Mineral. Oh, that looks kind of. You can't see that. Where can I put? There we go. Tunnel Promoción. And you can see Costo. And you can see that is 15.00. To see that exhibit was 15 pesos. I can't even calculate that. That's like 75 cents. But of course, I had my Mexico Senior Citizens card. So instead of paying 15 pesos, I paid like my math. Dr. John knows how to calculate math like that. So I paid like 7.5 pesos, which is like 35, 40 cents to get in there. All the stuff was priced like that. The cable car was like 20 pesos. I mean, can you imagine going into a museum in New York City? I mean, I would think that the minimum is going to be $5, $10, maybe $20. This is another one of the joys of living in Mexico. Ooh, I tell you, Mexico just gets better and better and better every day. Okay, Melanie Smith. Okay, they say that smaller scorpions are more poisonous. I've heard that also. I don't know what the big ones do to you. And people are talking about scorpions. BJ Brenda Douglas. This reminds me of the cave of the Winds, Colorado Springs. You're underground all the way of that tour. Paulina, many places have audio in different languages. It's very good. And none of these places that I went into, like if you go to New York City or New Jersey or something, you can pick up some headphones, put that in. Oh, what do you want? English, Spanish, French? You want Chinese? Okay. Oh, you need to click a button. You can sit there. Oh, so that's what's going on here. Okay. No, they didn't. None of that was going on where I was. Mara, I can't see it. That's too far away, and it's not showing up on my screen over here. Ola, Jackie Robinson. Oh, Jackie Robinson. I talked with her on the phone for a long time, trying to hook her up with a place to stay. The countdown has begun. We arrive on March 8th for 2 weeks. Will you help me celebrate my birthday, Bill? Yes, Jackie. Yes, Jackie. You have my email. Email me. See what you want to do. What do you want to do to make your birthday and your touchdown in Mazatlan go smoothly? Woo! Okay, you guys. I'm looking at my list here. I did want to mention before you come down here. Let me say this. Yes, homie, love the word homie. That would be me. I do want to say this. Before you visit Mexico, or if you live in Mexico, you really want to just go to Google and do a search for Mexico national holidays, because a Mexico national holiday can change your life. because and then there are many. Like a couple of weeks ago, they had Constitution Day. That was like 10 days ago. They have Independence Day. They have a day for the Revolutionary War Day. And on those days, schools are closed, banks are closed. A lot of people don't work. So I tend, it's like Sundays. The only people that work down here on Sundays, that is like the United States and Canada, I would think. People that work at McDonald's work, people at Walmart work, but school teachers, bank people, construction workers, these people don't work. So everything's full because Sunday is the only day people have off. So they go out to have fun on Sundays. So you want to check out that Mexican calendar for holidays just to know, because many times I've been down here a long time. Many times I would have plans to do something and I would have to go to the bank or da. No, it's a holiday. It's a holiday. Everything's closed. Oh, whatever. Also, we had Carnival this week. Carnival ended this week. I didn't go. I heard that the fireworks were stupendous. 30 minutes of fireworks by the Navy, but it's 1 million people. I've seen 1 million people before. So I stayed home. There you go. Now, love to travel. Bill, we have your phone number. Would love to call you before our arrival. Sure, just email me, love to travel. Email me, dodio, here we go. Yeah, email me at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com. Give me an email. I have a Mexican phone number. I have a U.S. phone number with a 415 area code, which means that actually I live in downtown San Francisco, which I don't really. But anyway, yeah, email me. Anybody wants to email me, and I'll hook you up with any information that I can. Now, let's see. Mr. Mustache, William Stoneman. If it's Thursday in Mexico, there will be a parade. Very interesting. What do you mean? Let us know what you mean about that. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, wow. I don't know what's going on with this app over here. Thank God it's broadcasting okay. I would refresh the page, but that would cut me off altogether. Brenda Douglas. Hey, Bill, I understand that Carnival was the biggest ever. Okay, it looked like there was a lot of people. I've seen many videos of it. Gloria Gaynor was down here, but just too many people. And I went as soon as I end this broadcast this morning, the first thing I do on Saturdays is go to the laundry place and visit my favorite laundry lady in Mazatlan. Her name is Alejandra, and she'll have all my laundry all folded up and ready to go. That's costing me like $7.50. But I asked her last week. I mean, I think she's from Guadalajara, but she's lived in Mazatlan for like 30 years. And she calls me Mamo. And everybody that walks in and out of there, they leave their clothes. She writes them a ticket so that when they come back, they give her a ticket, and she knows whose laundry is whose. I don't even get a ticket. My name is Mamo. I just leave my clothes. No paperwork exchange. I walk in. She says, "Mamo, here are your clothes," and she has written on my plastic bag where my clothes are, "Mamo." Okay, but anyway, I asked her. I said, Alejandra, are you going to the carnival? And she said, no, I'm not going. Too many people. I'm not going. Too many people. Too expensive. I'll stay at home. Oh, William Stoneman. Yes, every day they have a parade for something, and that is kind of true. That's why you want to check that holiday list. And then they have parades for reasons that aren't on the holiday list. So whatever. William Stoneman is correct. Kim J. Kim J, love your channel. And I don't know what's up. Oh, this is non-functional over here. But Kim J, love your channel. Thank you for all your help. Looking forward to arriving in April. Kim J just donated. I can see that. I can't see it over here, but I can see it over there. Kim J just donated $9.99 to the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And all of your donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. We have 55 people in the house and 29 likes. I'm looking at my list here. The weather is wonderful down here, but it's been a little chilly at night. I mean, like, it's been like 55 degrees at night. Woo! Woo! 55! But in the daytime, it's going to go up to like 75. Okay. No rain. It rained for like 30 seconds last week. The weather's been great. There's been like no humidity down here. So we're really enjoying ourselves in Mazatlan. Okay. Paulina, how safe is it to rent a car and travel on my own? I tell you what, I have a car. And I'll use the car today to go pick up my laundry. I'm going to stop at store. Okay, I could walk to the laundry. It's only 4 blocks away. I'm gonna get some avocados. I'm gonna walk to that place. That's like 2 blocks away from where I get my clothes. And I'm gonna go get some milk and some bread. That's like 2 blocks. So overall, I could walk everywhere, but just to keep my car running right, I try to get it warmed up once a day, just so I don't have startup problems. But I tell you what, I went to dinner with Rob and Sherry's at the Reina Del Mar. They had a little thing on, that was Tuesday night. I took Uber. I don't know Mazatlan. There's a fair amount of traffic in Mazatlan. Then I have to deal with parking and all that kind of stuff. So I never drive in Mazatlan. When I was in Guadalajara, I would drive to Costco. I would go to the mall to pay my phone bill. But that was only like 1.5 miles away. I'd get on a main street. It was a 4-lane, beautiful highway, drive 1 mile, maybe. I'll get in a big parking lot, park the car, pay my bill, leave. Go to Costco, get my groceries, leave. But if I was going to the dentist, or if we were going to Teresa's house for her mother's party, she'd had and I knew that I was going to have a couple of beers, we would get Uber. Why worry about it? I'm going to make some trips. I'm hoping that this week I'm going to go a little north of Mazatlan and find some coastal small towns, kind of like Sayulita or San Pancho. And I'm going to drive to those places. But I'm thinking that those places will be less than 75 miles away. And it's going to be all back roads with no traffic. So I'm going to drive that. But driving around Mazatlan, I'm not driving around Mazatlan. I don't know where anything is. And I have the GPS programs that will get me everywhere that I want to go, but why deal with it? When Stacy and Terry came and we went to breakfast, they were in their van. They drove right to my apartment. They drive all over the place. They're in an Airbnb right next to El Central. They drive everywhere. I'm not driving. I didn't drive hardly at all in Guadalajara. I hardly drive here. Why deal with it? So you have Uber. They come pick you up in like 2 to 15 minutes. Then they have a service called DDs. They have another. All of these are Uber-like services, and they're very inexpensive. From here to El Centro in Uber, which is like a 10, 15-minute ride, that's going to cost you like 100 pesos. That's $5. $10 round trip. For me, it's just worth the not dealing with it. So there's the long answer to that. Sure, you can rent a car, but why do it? And they have all these things down here in Mexico, specifically in this neighborhood. The English term is roundabouts. Roundabouts. In Spanish, it's glorietas. So they don't have a lot of stoplights. They do have stoplights, but instead of stoplights, they have these circles, and you have like 5 roads that meet in this circle, and they have different rules about, well, when you can go and when you can't go. Okay, so you have 5 roads going into this circle. And I've driven in them in Washington, D.C., in Guadalajara. And I mean, and then sometimes you'll go into this glorieta and you'll get out of that one, and it's connected to another glorieta. And I'm telling you, man, take a taxi, forget about it. Okay, you guys. Oh, something's going on. It's like, what? No, this hasn't updated. Okay, let's see what's going on. Yes, GPS is available. GPS is very readily available down here. As a single female, yeah, you can come down here and drive around, but just get a taxi. Also, Kindle Lambkin. I'm sorry that my software isn't over here, so I can't show everyone what's going on. Kindle. Looks like beautiful weather. 55 is cold. Yes. Come to New York. It may finally snow here. Okay, Melanie. What about safety of a single woman driving into Mexico? Somebody asked me in an email about that this week. I don't think you have a problem as a single female driving in Mexico. Plan out your trip. When I drove here 3 times from the United States. Each time I knew once I got to the border, I would come through Nuevo Laredo, I think. Nuevo Laredo. And I knew it was going to take me about 8 hours to get to San Luis Potosi. So once I got to San Luis Potosi at about 3:00 in the afternoon, then I would get a hotel. And that's something else. That's something else about Mexico. When you're driving in Mexico, they don't have any signs that tell you where the hotels are. In the United States, every exit will show you, oh, we got 10 McDonald's at this exit and 15 Burger Kings. And then there's another sign. Oh, we got 85 hotels. Here they are right off the exit. Then they have another. We got the Beatles in concert over here tonight. And also driving in Mexico, if you see a gas station, fill up, because you can go 150 miles and not see another gas station, and they don't tell you. So if you only have a half a tank of gas and you're almost out of gas, you're screwed. So plan your trip out. take a break, only travel in the daytime. I'm saying from sun up to 3 hours before sundown. Stay in a major city or in a large city. Do your research on the internet so that you know what hotels you can get. And if you plan like that, you should be okay. Though, let me say this. I walk, as you guys know, I walk regularly. And these people that I met, they are from Nebraska. They're from this couple. They're about my age. They walk the same mornings that I walk. And I told them I was going to Durango. And they said, oh, we had some friends that were driving from the United States, and some people pulled them over, told them to get out of their car, and they stole their car and all of their stuff. And this is like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I've never had that happen to me. I've heard it has happened, but that happens in the United States. So I would say a single woman driving here from the United States, just stay on the toll roads, and I think that you will be fine. Okay, now let's see what's wow, we got a bunch of people in the house. And I'm sorry, you guys, but this guy over here, let's switch to this other screen real quick. So I can see your messages over here on this laptop, but I should be able to see them right here on StreamYard, but they're not coming through. And I would restart, but that would shut down. That would shut everything down. So I'm not doing that. Okay, we're going to answer a few more questions here. Okay, Jack Webb. I did the math on ground transportation in Chapala, Ahihic. Between bus, taxi, Uber, I see no reason to own a car. I agree. Take a taxi and forget about it. There. Thank you very much, Jack Webb, who has bought property. He's building a house in San Antonio, located right between Chapala and Ahihic. William Mustache Stoneman, you think the roundabouts are bad. You ought to try them in Bermuda. Where you oh my God, where you drive on the left side of the road, everything is backwards. Oh my God. And I tell you what, the roundabouts, hey man, I was driving down here, I think the first time I was driving down here, I was driving to Puerto Vallarta from Washington, D.C., and I hit a roundabout in the middle of Guadalajara. It seemed like it was like 5 lanes of traffic. I got stuck. I went around that thing like 10 times. I just pulled over. And a big tip, if you're in a big city and you don't know where you are in Mexico, find a taxi driver. Pull over a taxi driver and say, hey, and this is what happened to me in Guadalajara. I said, I'm looking for this road to get me to Puerto Vallarta. I'll follow you to that road, then I will pay you. And I've done that several times in Mexico. I've done it in Guadalajara. I've done it in San Luis Potosi. I find a taxi driver and I pay to follow them to where I want to go. But if you don't have to drive, and like the trip that I made to Durango, I could have driven there. It would have been faster. I could have probably been there in like 3 hours, but who's going to shoot the video? Who's going to shoot the video? You know, I'm going to have to worry about where am I? I don't want to know. But on these short trips that I'm making that are like 60, 75 miles away, I'm going to drive. We have 63 people in the house. We have 36 likes. I got a special button for likes. I got a like button. Where are you? Where is the like button? I think that next week we will have Katie Ibarra in the house, and next week we're going to have Congressman George Santos in the house. He was supposed to be here today, but you know how he is. He may not show up. Okay, but anyway, Click that like button if you can. Oh, right on. The magic word. All I said was click the like button. I got like 6 likes. Thank you so much. Okay, now. Kendall. Okay, Derek. Derek, happy to have you here. Derek in the house from Ottawa, Canada. Okay, you guys. I'm going through my list. Here. One thing I have videos on that I did not share with you was a very beautiful park in Durango. I won't be bringing up Durango hardly anymore. I will be putting up the Durango, the Durango. Oh God, I will be putting up the Durango video tomorrow. It is only a 10-minute video, but I think it's pretty concise. There was a lot to do in Durango, and I'm looking over here. I'm looking over here for buttons. So this week, let's see. Here we go. There we go. Subscribe. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to visiting us live on a Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central Time, we do this every Saturday. And I'm going to say almost all of these 66 people that are in the house right now are here like every Saturday. I don't know why they show up, but I like it. So for next week, I'm not sure what's coming up next week. I might have some more short road travel. I am planning a trip. I'm heading north of Mazatlan. It's about a 4-hour bus trip, and I think I'll take that trip in March. And let me say this. I've lived in Mexico, as you guys, as most of my friends, my family that are here viewing now. I've lived here for so long in Mexico, almost it's like 18 years. And I've lived and visited so many places, and my friends and family here in the room, you guys know that I fall in love with everywhere I go in Mexico. And for people that are in the United States or in Canada thinking, well, do I want to live in Puerto Vallarta? Do I want to live in Mazatlan? Do I want to live inland like a place like Guadalajara, Ajijic, Chapala, where there's no ocean, but there's a lake? Or could I live in a place like Durango with no ocean, no lake, but surrounded by beautiful mountains and with lots of industry and colleges and intelligent young people? Where do I want to live? Well, what you have to think about is, how do you live now? Like for me, yeah, I can see the ocean out of this window. I'm not going there today. I may not go to the ocean this week. I mean, okay, I may not see the ocean. I'm lying. This is not true, but I might not see the ocean for 45 days. I was totally cool in Chapala, Ajijic with no ocean. For me, it's like, how long can I get my dollar to stretch? Can I be happy? Can I be warm all year? Can I meet wonderful, loving people? So a lot of YouTubers in Mexico go to the major cities. They go to the big cities. Mexico City. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to Mexico City. Too many people there. Maybe one day I will. I've been there. I'm not planning a trip right now. It's fabulous, but I'm okay. So I'm going to smaller places that you can go and save a ton of money living there or even visiting. I mean, so, I just make videos. I shoot videos. I edit videos, and I read motivational stuff. That's what I do. and study how to get all of this equipment to work together. So it's like, how do you live now? How do you want to live? I like people, but I don't need to be around people all the time. Any people that I am around, I want them to be informative people that have things to do. So I can live anywhere in Mexico. I can live in small town, big city, doesn't matter to me. I don't need a car, whatever. So I'm going to show you some places. Oh, who is this? I need my glasses. Trip of Change. Thank you. Trip of Change. Thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. Thank you so much. Okay. Love to travel. Love to travel is booking up. Kendall, we show up because you are so entertaining. Thank you so much, Kendall. Brenda Douglas, Kendall, you are a real world traveler. Have enough fun for me and stay safe. Thank you so much. Kelsey, Ola Kelsey, we were talking about you earlier. Pauline, I'm getting out of here very shortly, you guys. That's why we subscribe. You have a wealth of information based on experience. Pauline, thank you so much. Okay, you guys, I'm getting ready to leave myself. Brenda Douglas, Michael. I can't see this far. Ola Bill, we made it down from Canada. You were right. Lakeside is great. Lakeside, Chapala, Ahiheek is very nice. Yeah, Trip of Change, Jackie Robinson. Is that you? Your Trip of Change? Okay. Kelsey, I loved Guadalajara, but I love a smaller town, and I believe Kelsey is in Guadalajara right now. Okay, you guys, so I have no clue what is coming up next week, but I know for sure tomorrow I am posting my Durango trip. But love you all. I can't believe we got 64 people in the house. We have 50 likes, and people have donated to the channel, and which is so greatly appreciated. It helps me pay the rent. But that's all I got for you today. I can talk. I know that's my job to talk. I'm looking at my list here. Again, I do want to say very briefly that it is cool. It is so cool to know the history of Mexico. You can make so many friends in Mexico knowing the history of Mexico. There's a street that runs between Ajijic and Chapalo, and it's this guy's last name. It's this guy's last name. And you will see roads named after him throughout Mexico. And then when you talk to Mexicans and you know the difference between Independence Day and the Day of Revolution Day and what is Constitution Day, when you know what that's, and all you have to do is go to Google and look up what is the meaning. But if you can talk to people about the history of Mexico, it goes a long way. So, okay, here we go. Kim J. 3 questions about bike riding safety. Can you please answer what? Bike riding safety? I don't ride bikes. And some of you and some of you know why I don't ride bikes. I don't ride bikes because they can mess you up. And the road systems, Mexico is not like the United States. You can have a big hole in the road and they don't fill it up. There's no indication that there's a big hole in the road. That can happen to you on the sidewalks. And I know that I've shared this story before, but my second wife, her family, they were billionaires, and he was a bike rider. Every Sunday he would put 100 miles on his bike. He had ridden his bike up the coast of California. He had ridden up the coast of the East Coast. He would take trips to France with his family and ride all through there. But he did 100, and he lived in one of the richest areas called Palos Verdes, right outside of Los Angeles. So after he did his 100 miles one Sunday, and before I tell you what happened to him, when I was a teenager, I used to do 100 miles a day in Columbus. I was into it. Columbus, Ohio, it's flat. I was into it. Every day I do 100 miles. I just liked it. But anyway, so this billionaire is doing his 100 miles, and he gets a quarter a mile away from his beautiful house in Palos Verdes. He hits a pebble. His bike flips. He comes down on his neck. He broke his neck, and then he was paralyzed from the neck down. And then, like a year later, he choked to death on a hot dog. So I'm never riding a bike. I'll never ride a bike ever again. Ever, 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 ever. Okay, enough said. Dodio. Yes, they have many bicycle paths, and that's one of the wonderful things about Ajijic Chapala. They have nice bike path there, very lengthy. In Mazatlan, they have a huge bike path going all the way along the longest Malecon in the world. It's like 12 miles. They have lots of bike paths, and you'll be on the autopista. That is the toll road. And you'll see like 3 bikers on the toll road, and they have like some vehicle behind them with their blinking lights. They're going up the mountain straight up, slowing down all the traffic. Oh, yeah. Oh, and when I walk in the morning, I see this group of like 15, 20 people. They get together at 6:30 in the morning. They're on their bikes riding through, and these are Mexican national people, So yeah, there's all the exercise that you could ever want to have. Mexico people are health freaks. All the health food you want, all the gyms that you want, very inexpensively. The bike riding, it's all here in Mexico. Woo! Let's see. Don Cole. Bill. No. Bill, I am now in Panama. That's funny. Don Cole, for those of you that aren't here every week, Don Cole is on a different continent in a different city every week. Had a great time in Ajijic. You have to tell us all about Panama. Paulina, we are leaving the bikes at home, I guess. I'm telling you. And then all you have to do is get hit by a car. I mean, when I was 16, I rode my bike like I was driving a car. He's like, stop, I'm coming. Stop, look out, here I come. Yeah, I know you're a big van, but I know that you'll stop for me. Ha ha. Because I'm Bill the Geek. Yeah, people would stop. But what about the people that don't stop and they just go like this? Woo. No more Bill the Geek. Okay, now here we go. No hot dogs. Taking notes here. That girl, adios. Great week to all. And when that girl goes, that means it's time for me to go. So you guys, I want to thank everybody for showing up today. Love you all. I got to say, I think I've been doing these broadcasts for about 1.5 years now. I used to be scared to death. I'm still scared to death before I boot everything up and get everything going. But everybody's so great. Big Mike is here. Oh, get a motorcycle. Thank you, Big Mike. That's number 2 on my list of things that I'm never going to do. But now I feel pretty pretty calm. I know that I need to prepare for this broadcast, so it has some themes and get my clips together and all that kind of stuff. So, but it's great being with you guys. Okay, so here I go. This is the I'm Bill the Geek. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel after the broadcast, if you go to, how do you get there? Oh, here you go. If you go to buildthegeek.org and click on FAQs, there is a donate button. And there you can use PayPal, Visa card, not Visa card, MasterCard, PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, or American Express. And you can donate to the channel there. Okay, so I'm still this whatever. But love you guys. Derek, thank you so much, Derek, Paulina, Kim J. Yeah, you can ride your bike off-road. Okay, so here we go. How do I do this? Oh, my brain is all frazzled. My brain is frazzled. Let's see now. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So I'm Bill the Geek, and broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the love and joys of living in Mexico. We will be back next Saturday morning to share more love and more joy. You don't, and as I said when I started this broadcast today, it's like Tom Petty said, I can't sing it, but I can say it. You don't have to live like a refugee. Move to Mexico and enjoy your life and save a lot of money while you're surrounded by all of this love. Adios, amigos. Que te vaya bien. Bye.